It's a very common Pennsylvania Dutch name. As a graduate of Alvernia University, I possess a dual bachelor's degree in both marketing and management and business administration. And I also work at Evergreen Community Power on Laurel Street in the city of Reading. Have been very active in the city of Reading, having served on several city, county, and nonprofits. I also serve as chaplain of Greg Post number 12 on the American Legions, and I'm running for city council president because I believe my extensive education, business experience, and community experience will help solve the problems facing the city of Reading. Now, in a few moments, I will tell you that I have been out in the campaign trail, and what I've been hearing a lot from individuals is that we are looking for new leadership. They are tired of career politicians. For those of you that don't know me, again, you can Google my name, City of Reading, and gross abuse of power on many levels. That'll speak to my integrity. I have the courage to do the right thing because the taxpayers need a voice. I will rebuild the people's trust. I will end the corruption in the city, and I will represent you, my new bosses. I'm trustworthy, honest, and fair. Having said that, in a few moments, you will hear the incumbent come up and tout his proven leadership. In 2005, Reading's outstanding debts were $67 million. In 2010, Reading enters Act 47 during his third term. In 2012, the council had no vote of confidence in the incumbent to be council president. Between 2005 and 2015, $86.2 million have been borrowed. Where's that money coming from? And then, up late, we have been obligated to nearly $1 million worth of legal fees for the mayor without review. I found this a little disheartening because when I get a water bill, a cable bill, or any kind of bill, I like to go ahead and take a look at the line items. But he defended his actions and basically said that we have to eat the cost of the mayor's legal fees. Right now, currently, we have $153.7 million. I don't know about you, but I can't afford this type of leadership. My name is Ricardo Nieves, and I seek your vote on November 3rd. Thank you.
Well, thank you everyone for having us out here at Leesport today. I don't get to come out and campaign very often in the county. I'm usually in the middle of the city. But I'm Jeff Waltman, and I'm our current council president. I've been in that position a little over 2 months. There were some issues over the summer that surfaced. I'm sure most of you are familiar with them. But my first message to everyone that is not reflective of all of the city. My comrades on the city council are all lifelong residents of the city. Having grown up in the city, they're committed to making the city as good a place to live as possible. Now, we heard a lot of things about what I did and what I might have done or what I'm responsible for, but anybody, and first of all, anybody that's sat in these meetings, and I was estimating today, in my 16 years on the city council, I've attended over 1,700 meetings trying to deal with city business. And it's easy to step back and say, you know, Jeff's responsible for this and Jeff's responsible for that. But I think the people who really sit in those meetings week after week, day after day, really see what I bring to the table. There was a 4-year stretch in the 2000s where 2/3 of the city was sold out. That many properties were sold in 4 years. What a lot of people don't realize, the city A wasn't prepared to handle that, and B, we didn't handle it very well. So what you had is the city of Reading where a lot of state and federal problems that ran. Has it been bad? Well, of course it's been bad. Could it have been worse? Absolutely. Along the way, there have been a number of things that people bring up. Act 47. I fought against the city going into Act 47. I argued in 2009 when there was a false revenue line item. The city council not to approve that budget. That was the preface to go into Act 47. 47. And even though I didn't support Act 47, I worked in the background to put the best plan together. Because I knew they needed my experience and my leadership. Even with consultants that came in from the state of Pennsylvania, who we paid $400,000 a year, I realized they needed my experience. Along the way, you're going to hear from a lot of candidates tonight, but whether it's the city or the county, we're all in the same boat. What happens in Reading, bleeds into the rest of the county. I want to tell you there are a lot of good people in the city of Reading. We're proud of our mountains, we're proud of the lake, we're proud of the Lake Montaloni and the water system that we have. My goal in the next 2 years as council president is to bring the leadership to the table, to preserve those assets, because I can tell you right now, that's the state's goal, is to force us to sell these assets, to fund pensions, and when they're funded and the lake is gone, and in 10 years the funding needs to reoccur again, we don't have nothing to show. I have the legal, the financial, and the leadership background to protect the city. That's my goal. I've been vice president of city council for 10 of the last 16 years, and I've been elected in this very diverse city 5 times. So I appreciate the opportunity of being here tonight, and Walton is Pennsylvania Dutch, by the way, so thanks for everything.
I heard one question directed at you, so I'm going to give you a chance to respond to that, and you 30 seconds to respond back. So.
That question was? A specific question? I'm sorry.
Not a question, a statement.
Well, I hope you use my name in good faith.
Can't hear.
Can't hear, I'm sorry. I'm not sure how he used my name. I try not to get into a defensive posture.
What was the question?
I didn't, there wasn't a specific question, just a reference of my name, so I'm allowed to respond. I will tell you this, my role as council president will be unlike what we've seen in the last 4 or 8 years. I've never sued anyone. And by the way, we are auditing the legal bills that the mayor had bestowed on the city. We're in the process of doing that now. I put a unified committee together to do that because my job on city council the next 2 years is to make sure we keep the dysfunction out of the body. So that when we have a new mayor, we're able to work together. We can't let little issues become 4-year roadblocks, and that's what's happened often in the city. I'm going to bring the leadership and experience to the table that the city needs, and I think I've proven that throughout my career on city council. And I'm not a lifelong politician. In 2 years, I hope to slowly go away, so thank you.
Any response?
Ladies and gentlemen, I used his name, so he was entitled to 30 seconds. I will just simply say this. Mr. Waltman, I have no ill will towards him as a person. However, as a taxpayer, I have issues with some of the things that he said. In 2013, the city had agreed, according to Act 47, to go ahead and put pay freezes in place. I have in my car a 2015 budgeted expenditure of $100,000 in pay raises. I don't have this money, in addition to the nearly $1 million, and on top of the $86.2 million borrowed. I can't afford this leadership. Thank you.
I'd like to thank you both for coming up. All right. I got to make a clarification here. We got 2 color flags. Yellow means stop. And what does the red mean? Oh, that means stop. And what's the yellow mean? 15-second warning. Okay. All you candidates get that? If you see the yellow flag, it's your 15-second warning, and the red one is stop. And if not, Rod's going to give you the book. He would love to do that anyways. So. I do not believe any other candidates for mayor have showed up except for Jim McHale. So, Jim, we're going to give you 4 minutes. If you want to ask yourself a question, go ahead.
Well, thanks for everybody to come out. Thanks everybody for coming out. In 2011, I ran for mayor, and at that time, my life was very different. You see, I was a confirmed bachelor, but during the campaign, I got married. Got 2 kids in the deal, and we made a 3rd one. So now we have 5 people in our family. So a lot of things changed for me very, very quickly. Then as 2015 came around, I started thinking about, well, what's really changed in the city of Reading? And I realized nothing. In fact, it's gotten worse. Corruption alone in the city is awful. We've had FBI raids on the mayor's office, and we have the city council president resigning in shame. This is awful. This is the state of affairs in the city of Reading. This is a deep history of corruption in the city, and it has to change, and it has to change with new leadership. For far too long, Reading's leaders have failed its residents and its businesses, and the political machine is to blame. We need a break from the past, and we need to look toward a bright future. I'm not a politician, I'm a businessman with ideas born in the real world, with real world solutions that I have to use. I work for more and better paying jobs, affordable taxes, stronger schools, and safer streets. You know, jobs solve many of the problems. Somebody with a job really changes their life. And I want to tell you a story. A couple weeks ago, the Doubletree Hotel had a job fair, and there were 1,500 people for 170 jobs. That's great, there were 170 jobs, but think about it, there are over 1,300 people still out of work. I talked to a woman on the street who was waiting, and she said she'd also applied for a job in Lidditz. I said, huh, it's a bit of a haul from Reading to Lidditz, isn't it? She said, yeah, there's no work here. I've knocked on doors all over the city, in every precinct. And when I get to a door and somebody shows me that look of despair on their face, because they're not sure if they're going to be able to feed their children, or they're going to lose their home, I realize how bad it is for many people that are struggling, and how heart-wrenching these stories are. These are real stories happening in the city of Reading. But because of the job fair, we know the people of Reading want to work. In order for us to move ahead, we need new leaders with new ideas and solutions that come from the real world, not pie-in-the-sky ideas that have maybe no chance ever of succeeding. I've worked for companies, I used to run large-scale IT projects, I've consulted with bankrupt companies, and I've turned them around. I've done it before, and I can do it again here in Reading. Now, Reading is at a tipping point, and I think the City Council President candidates alluded to the Act 47 a little bit, and we are absolutely going down the path of receivership. Now, when you go into receivership, an outside organization liquidates your assets, and you have no say in the matter. And this is not what I want to do. I want to start working on realistic solutions to our financial problems so that we can start working our way out of it. If you want to find out more about me, you can go to mchaleformayor.com. There are detailed position papers on my website. And I want to ask all of you, tell a friend, tell 2 friends, tell anybody you know to come out and vote for me on November 3rd. Thank you very much for your time.
Are there any questions from the audience for Jim McHale? Sam's coming with the microphone.
When's the last time Reading had a Republican mayor?
About every 2 decades, we elect a mayor that's Republican in the city of Reading. We're due, in case you were wondering. Paul Angstadt was the last one, and he was, if you go back in time, it was Spencer, 2 terms in McMahon, 1 in Oppenheimer, and Angstadt. Angstadt was the first mayor in the strong form of government, strong mayor form of government, which is what we have now.
We've got time for one more.
Yeah, I just wonder if you've seen a illusion in the outer parts of the county. They're still feeding and supporting your city. There are a lot of people in the suburbs that are delusional, or whatever you want to call them, selling their homes because of the tax money that the county has to help support the city.
Yeah, and let's put it in a different perspective. How Reading goes is how the county goes. And Reading has been dragging down Berks County for a long time. And you guys all know this. This is no big secret here. So the solution here is to get Reading healthy again. And the way to do that is to get new leaders who can actually do turnarounds and start restructuring the city. Because I know, you all feel it too. You feel it with the crime coming out of the borders of the city, and you feel it in other ways as well. So we've got to get the city of Reading working again, and it starts on November 3rd when I get elected. I've turned organizations around before, and I'm going to do it again in Reading.
Thank you, John. I would like to say for all you guys running for office in the city, if you do manage to turn things around, I might start investing there again. Our next panel is Raymond Austin and Sandy Graffius. Is Sandy here? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you on the wall. Come on up. Oh, yeah, County Controller Office. I didn't even see you on the wall. I was looking for you sitting there. And since you're a lady, we're going to give you the microphone first. We are gentlemen here.
Good evening, I'm Sandy Gravis, and I'm your county controller. People wonder what the controller does, so I'm going to give you the cliff notes. We pay all the bills, 1,500 bills a week. We audit 67 tax collectors. We audit 18 district judges. We audit every single elected official in the county. And I want to tell you, we are like Sherlock Holmes, but we're a kind Sherlock Holmes. I want to tell you that I'm really proud of my staff. Some of my accounting people came tonight, and in the back is a group that has decided to give all you guys cake when this is over. That's your reward for sitting here tonight. I would appreciate if my accounting people would please stand up, and also my office staff. Thank you very much. We're going to make this real quick. We're working on getting debit cards for the veterans. Right now, when the spouses come in and get their money that they're due from the county, it takes 6 to 7 weeks until the check's cut to the spouse. I get calls probably about once every 2 or 3 weeks saying, I got $75 in the county, can I cash this check? The answer is yes, you can. That goes toward your burial expenses for your spouse. What we're working on is a debit card that we can hand you before you walk out the door. The other thing that we did was, in our financial package, which we opened in 2009, we are now trying to get as many people to let us drop the money directly into their bank account. With the postal system moving to Harrisburg and then back to Reading, it takes an extra day or two for your checks to get to you. So in order to get your money to you faster, we're trying to get everybody signed up for electronic funds transfer. How many in this room go to the parks? Okay, good. How many go to libraries? Okay, good. We pay the bills for all of these different departments, and I want you to know that anybody that wants to bribe us, they can bring us lemon squares, brownies. We're not fussy, we like to eat. Seriously, it is so nice being your county controller. I have a good staff assembled, and I really appreciate your support of November 3rd. You didn't have to put your card up.
My name is Raymond Austin. I am a local CPA. I'll tell you a little bit about my background. I have worked in public accounting for some 40 years. The last 15 years of my profession, I've worked in governmental accounting. I have specialized in governmental accounting. I'm an expert, so I like to think I am. I'm running for office to bring that expertise to the office. The staff probably will not change, be my guess, but having someone with my background, I think would be that much better for the county. Now, I don't have a lot of expensive websites and so forth. And my message is really quite simple, is that